Welcome to Conversation with Larry Love. Special guest today, 2016 candidate for President of the United States. Come on, y'all. Let's give it up for Mr. Robby. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Larry?
Welcome to Conversations with Larry Love.
It's great to be here.
And you know, I talked to you already, so my way of style of interview, and I'm just gonna get right to it.
Let's go.
Let's talk about you. I've been having some people talk to me about you, but who are better to talk to me about you than you? So the listeners want to know, the people out there want to know, who is Mr. Robby Love?
Well, Larry, I appreciate the opportunity to be here today, and just to let you and everybody out here know a little bit about me. Let me start with a story about this beautiful young girl that went away to college, right here in the state of Georgia, with all of her hopes and dreams ahead of her. And like most young girls, she ended up falling in love. The only problem was this guy was older and he was married. One thing led to another, and all of a sudden there was an unwanted pregnancy. And all of her friends said, look, you've got a great career ahead of you. This is just a blip on the radar. Don't ruin your career and have this child. To the point where they set her up an appointment to go terminate the pregnancy. And at the very last moment, this beautiful young girl said, no, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give birth to this child and put it up for adoption. I've never met that beautiful young girl, but if I can, I'm going to thank her because she set my life in motion. That's my birth mom.
Wow. Okay. Okay. You gave me. Are you looking for her now, or did you?
Well, let me say this. When I was 6 weeks old, I was adopted by a Baptist minister and his wife, right here in the state of Georgia.
Okay.
And I had a wonderful childhood. They raised me to be a pretty decent human being, I think, and I've got a pretty good value system with believing that, number one, we need to do right, number two, do our very best, and number three, treat other people the way you want to be treated, better known as the golden rule. But because I had such a good upbringing, I've never really had that opportunity to go out and look for my birth mom. I think it'll probably happen here in the next year or two.
Yeah. Well, you took it out of my mind. Now, what about your birth father?
I don't know much about him as well, but I do know that they were both here in the state of Georgia.
Okay.
And of course, my adopted mom and dad met in
I
Atlanta.
was going to say, let's go on a brighter note about the parents that did raise you. Let's talk about them.
Well, they met when my father was in college at Georgia Tech, and my mother went to Druid Hills High School.
All right.
And my mother was actually Miss Georgia Lions queen back, I guess that was in the 50s. And they met, and my dad fell in love with my mom. And I think he fell in love with my mom's cooking. Actually, yeah, they met in church. Yeah, they met in church. And then, believe it or not, my dad got his degree in engineering, and then he decided he was going to be a minister. So for 52 years, he was a minister.
So he didn't pursue Did you ever ask him why did he go to college?
Well, you know, he did all sorts.